Hi guys, it's Kathy Allen, Ribbon and Wire Designs. I'm back again to make this one. Enjoy. Let's get you set up and down so you can see good. Okay. Now, I've already started a couple of these, 3 to be exact. You'll be needing the Unique in the Creek oval board. I used poly burlap, 2 colors, the peach and this is a lighter yellow, and the ribbon tails I chose the yellow with the pink, because of course we have yellow and some pink. We've also got peach, which will be in the bow, and then I've got the green, and it's not going to take too long. Probably take longer to do the bow, but okay, I've been sitting here figuring out how I want this shaped, and I hope everything turns out the way I want it. Okay, so the sign was bought on Temu last year. Everything else I got from Craft Outlet. So the first thing that we're going to do is I was going to do every other hole in the back here, but it seemed too close and I wanted it to be flatter, so I'm doing this one and then skip 2, and then this one, skip 2, this, skip 2, all the way around. And I think we are going to end up with one that is just skip 1 instead of skip 2. But I'm going to make that towards the bottom here because I'm going to put, I think I want to put the bow there at the bottom. Let me see. At first I was going to put the bow or the sign on the side, but I decided to put it in the center so the bow would be really good down there. So yeah, putting it on the bottom would be the best. Okay, so let's get started. And first of all, I cut these at 14 inches. It's 10 inches wide, I believe. Yes, 10 inches wide, and I cut them 14 inches long. I wood burned them. Poly burlap, you especially want to wood burn. Now, the simple solution to this fraying, I'm going to take and I'm going to come over about a good inch, and I'm going to staple this. And the same way with the other side. And staple. Then we'll take that edge, put that on the bottom, flatten this down, and then scrunch up the middle And then I'm using my Burlap to put these in until I get them on the frame. Okay, now next we'll do the yellow, because the yellow is going to be on the top. Okay, so fold this over about an inch. Staple. And staple. Bring that to the bottom. Flatten it out. Scrunch up the center. Put it in your bow down. Now, if you don't have a bow dabber, you can use clips to hold them. I'll take these ribbon tails. They're cut at 10 inches. I did forget to tell you that. The ribbon tails are at 10 inches. And then I ducktailed them. And for some reason, they always get something that's longer than the other, and I don't know why. When you cut them at that size. Okay, scrunch down the center. Put that on top. I want to get my zip tie. Go in the back. Skip these 2 holes. And I'm going to bring these in the top 2 holes. Bring them through very easily. Okay, make sure I'm in the picture without losing everything. Okay, now gather these up in a bunch. And bring them over. The zip tie is in the wrong direction. Of course. Story of my life. In the wrong direction. Okay, so I gotta twist it. You want to make sure the flat side is against here. The side with a little nub on it is sticking outward. Okay, now we'll try this again. It's a lot to handle. Okay, now put that zip tie in there and go down, but don't tighten it. And make sure that my tails are good. I'm going to bring the yellow color forward and the peach color down. Now, that's good. I'm going to get up underneath, and kind of spread that out and shape it. There. Same with the top. Spread that out, shape it down. And then the bow, or the ribbon tails. Well, I forgot to, okay, that's fine now. You can, this way. Now that those are done, you can finish tightening and take your zip tie cutter or and by flattening this out towards the center, spreading it out down there, you're going to get a nice curve up. There. Now I'm going to go to the other side, do the same thing. Bring those up. That's practically covering that. That is 2, right? Yes, that's 2. I didn't think it was going to cover that much. You spread it out there. The first one didn't. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so take a zip tie and put it in 2. Skip 2. Put this one in. Now we're doing the same. Okay, did I go? Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm going to be alternating okay, you see how I started out, oh geez, dropped it. I started out with the first one up here, the yellow's at the top, the peach is at the bottom, okay? Now the second on each side, I got the peach at the top and the yellow toward the bottom. So on this next, the third one down, is the yellow at the top, the peach at the bottom. The same way this one over here is going to be. Alternating them. So we want the peach on the bottom, so we'll do that one first. And staple. Staple. I'm running out of space here with these. Okay. Flatten this out. Scoot some of this stuff down. Flatten it down. And scrunch up the center. And drop it in. Yellow. Over staple. Now the reason I'm stapling these is because it tends to, if you don't staple it, it tends to open up down here, and then your ends will stick out, and if they do start fraying, then you're going to see fray. Hopefully this helps. The next best thing would be to take your end here and put it over about an inch like that, and then you want to cover it with some freezer paper on both sides, and then take a warm iron and kind of melt that in. That will also help, but the stapler's quicker. Okay. Fold in the center. Scrunch up. Set it on top. Bring this around. Okay. Bring this to the corner. Don't tighten it yet. So now we're going for the peach color on the bottom. So we want to pull that. Don't pull too hard, but pull it so it'll come down. The same way with the yellow, pull it upward. Make sure your ribbon tails are okay. Even. And then go ahead and tighten your zip tie and cut it up. Now, up underneath the peach, spread it out as much as you can and curl it down. That's the nice thing. You might not, if you use regular mesh, it might not be as cooperative as the poly burlap. Poly burlap is really nice to work with, but it also frays more than the others. Okay. Now smooth and curl. Smooth at the bottom, curl. Curl. Now the green doesn't have, it has a very fine wire, so it doesn't curve as nice as the floral one. Okay, now what do we got here? So now we're going to come down two. Well, that's the one, so come down two, so it's here. On this side, it'll be here, and then we got two in this. Well, it might, that might not be all we need. So we're doing the yellow first. it out and scrunch up the middle. And then a container. And fold. Huh? Go across the street and get my prescription. And get a chicken.
I got a sandwich also. It's still live?
What?
Live TV?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
Okay. Staple. Flat down. Scrunch up the center. Okay, get your ribbon tails. And when we're done here, I'll be able to tell you how many we used, because we did not use as much as I cut. Okay, now down to, go right here, zip tie. Don't turn on me. Okay, this is on the bottom. Okay, keep it scrunched. It wants to come undone. Gotta keep it bunched up. Now, if you have difficulty with this, you can put a zip tie on it beforehand. Now, let's see, these ones go down. The yellow goes down, and the peach goes up. Okay? There. Get up underneath it. Yes, needs to be moved just a teeny bit. There. Okay. These ones, you can be really fussy with these. Okay, make sure those are flattened out. And tighten the zip tie. Cut it off. And that one didn't cut all the way down, so I'm going to take my thumb here and put the rest of it. Okay, so this is at the top, this is at the bottom. Okay. looks like we have one more to do. Now, do I have a zip tie? I have to get one out. Okay, skip 2, put in here. Yellow on the bottom. I always lock my shop door when I'm taping here so that no one comes in except for the hubby. He's allowed in. Okay, flatten out, scrunch up the center. There. Take that one. There. Now, if I knew that was going to be a lot less than I needed, I would have cut the mesh at 19 inches. And that would have made it a little fuller. Okay, get this around here. Bring it in. Carefully, I've got 6-inch zip ties. If you have a problem with this, you can use longer zip ties. Okay. Get it in the center the best you can. Go up underneath. Okay, this one at the top, underneath. Okay, flatten those out and tighten and cut off. Now, tails. Make sure there, I got to check that. Okay, so flatten it towards the center and curve it up. Well, not curve it up, curve it down. the center, curve down, flatten at the center, and curve it down. Okay, now we end up with, we did end up with one. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. 7 pieces of peach, 7 peaches, yeah. 7 pieces of yellow. And then the zip ties, we've got 7 of each color here. So that's pretty good. We got leftovers. Okay, now I'm going to take the sign out. And we can either, it's got 1 hole in each corner. I want to set it right here. So what I think, I can either use wire or pipe cleaners. I've got both here, but I've got white pipe cleaners. Could use yellow or peach colored, orange or peach colored pipe cleaners. I don't want to use orange. I think I'll use the wire. And this is, don't know what gauge this is. It's your floor wire. So I'm going to cut off 4 of these pieces at, let's see, I'm not sure, 15 inches I think would be good. That's might be a little more than I need. Maybe I could do 12 inches because that would be the same size of a pipe cleaner. So we'll cut it at 12 inches. Okay, then bend it. And get the cutters. Do not cut this with your scissors. This wire is a little heavier than your ribbon wire. There. Now, there's one. Seriously, it just fell off the table. It's hanging. Okay. Two. Yeah. Stick them in there or I won't be able to find them. Okay, 12 inches. Here, fold this in half, bring this out, cut here, and cut in the center. Okay, can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so we got 4 pieces of wire. Now, take in the corner. Well, I don't know if Timu would still have these. Since it's a year, they usually keep getting different things. They don't seem to carry it over and over once it sells out. But it sure is cute. Okay, now I'm gonna put them on all 4 corners here. So I'll take this and stretch it out, even it up at the bottom or the ends, and then twist this at the top a couple of times to make it secure. Careful with the wreath, it wants to grab it. Okay, next. Let's see if I got my little pliers. Okay. Needle nose pliers. And I'm going to fix these ends so they're not grabbing the mesh. Okay, where's the hook? Nope. See, I looked at it and I either missed it. I bet.
You done?
Nope.
You're not done.
No.
Oh.
Seriously.
So you got this part done?
Yes.
Now you're
I'm
working on
going to
that?
put this on and then I'm going to make a bow.
Bow. Oh,
Yeah, a bow. You know, a bow.
yep. Bow maker bow. Okay. I get it in the car. Take it home.
Okay.
And then make some and
Huh?
medicine too.
Okay.
But,
Okay, then.
I've got 4 containers of vinegar, 2 containers of salt,
What?
weed killer. You make your own weed
Oh.
killer instead of buying that $16 container.
Well, I don't, I don't like that weed killer
So
around my
this
cats.
is cheaper, it works faster, and
The cats aren't going to step on it.
if they do stuff, I won't kill them.
All right.
So it's dish detergent, a little bit of that, half a thing of salt, 1 gallon of water for a gallon of cider, white vinegar.
Okay.
I'm gonna weed whack behind here and around the house and spray that stuff. And do it early in the morning.
Oh, well,
See what happens.
don't go crazy because you're under extreme heat advisory.
That's why I gotta do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Oops.
Lock it. And that's about as exciting as our life gets. Okay, what I'm doing is taking the sharpness away, mash it. It's probably still gonna snag, but if you take your tip at the end and you go around a couple of times, come out and then mash it. and I can't see what the heck I'm doing. I don't have my magnifier. But it's working. Okay. There, now, this side. It's kind of boring. Ah! I just jabbed myself and get the end completely bent. Make a mess. Of it. Okay, there's two more. Okay, closer to the edge. Okay. And then last one. Oops. Closer. There we go. I feel that one. That is definitely gonna snag. Yeah. Okay. We'll bring this. Okay. The top has two holes, and we'll put something in there later. Okay, let's put these out. And looks good to me. Now what we're gonna do is go right through the mesh. Okay, got that one. And so I'll bring it here and bend it so it will come back out. And this one, I'm gonna have a hard time showing you. Okay, so this is the one that I went through, and I'm gonna try and get through this one. Well, it's going somewhere, but not in the hole. It bent, that's why. Okay, I've got a hold of it. Take it through the hole. Now, I'm just going to do this a couple times because we gotta center it. Just want to get these in here first. Okay, now this one, I'll try and get it so you can see. going for this hole here. And it's bending. Okay. I'm not playing around with you. We'll get the needle. Okay, here's the needle. Put it on the edge. Get the needle out. I'll do the inside one first. Okay, thread it through there. Try and give me a problem. Okay, now are we out up here? This is we skipped out, so we'll be down here. I hear it tapping the eye edge. There it is. Okay, why aren't you going through? There. Okay. So, get the needle off. There we go. That. Serious? Yeah, she's serious. Put the wrong side down. It's a good thing it twists, right? Okay, now we're going for here. Oops, second one here. Through the center. Oh, it's grabbing onto the mesh a little bit. Can't. There. Okay. Now get that out and give it a couple of twists until we're ready. We'll go down to the bottom. Oh, see, I know it would snag this. Now we're going to come down this area, which would be, I think, this one here. Get it away from the ribbon. Yeah. There we are. Cool. The other one. Okay, so this is going to come through the center of this Get it away from the ribbon, it will never go through. Okay, I hear it tapping. Come on. Oh, the ribbon's too close. Okay, got it. Okay, give it a couple of twists. And finally the last two to go through. Okay, now this is the one before. Taking that one through the middle. And then this one. We're going to go through the end here. There. We did it. Okay, let me twist this. Couple of light twists. Now, I'll go in the front and center this right. Okay, we can do all that later. Okay, seems to be fine. So undo it and tighten it more. And that was way more than we needed, but it made it easier to take through the holes than if I would have made it shorter. Okay, I'm bending that twice. Here's my pliers. Squish it like a bug. And take it back down one of the holes there. This one. Tighten it up. Twist it several times. A lot of people out there that don't know how much time goes into one of these wreaths. you've got to decide what you're going to do, gather all your supplies, make sure your ribbons match with your sign, your mesh. You want your mesh to match. Then you got to cut your mesh. And remember, cut your ribbon if you're doing ribbon tails. Make your bow. Just takes a lot. And then you gotta make it. Almost ready to make the bow. Now, let's do a little fluffing. Straighten our tails up. This is why I did a 10-inch ribbon tails. So when we get into the picture here, this one is all there. Since there isn't any words on here, it's okay to get those tails in there a little bit. If you had words, you don't want to get your mesh or your ribbon or anything covering letters, words. Okay, that's ready. And let's do the bow. Now, what I'm going to do here is I've got peach to go with the peach flowers. I've got a little golden color to go with his or hers raincoat. I've got this I can use, or I can use, I might as well use this. Same tails. And I'm going to use the green also. So that's 4. I really wanted to use one of these. the rain boots or the umbrellas, but there's yellow. There's a little bit of pink. I wish it would have had peach. There's green. But he has no umbrella. I don't know why I'm calling him a he. I don't know. Green boots, yellow boots, yellow, green. I don't know. What do you think? It's got a little pink in it. Do you think it'll work? No, I'll leave it out. Here's I'm going to take and I'm going to use this brown color here. I also thought about using this because this is what I thought. On his rain boots, he has what I thought was the animal print. It turns out, my husband can see it better than me. I had to get a magnifier. But those are holes. Like the little clog things you wear with the holes in. And I'm telling him, why in the world would you have holes in rain boots? Serious. So the brown definitely goes with the cat and the boots. This, I can use it anyways. It's animal print. And let's don't be too picky here. So that's 6. Are we going to use them all? I don't know. Those are the ones that we've got. Excuse me. Use my elbow maker. Let me get a drink here. See if that helps. Okay. Always got that sinus drainage. So we're going to use these ones on the bottom and bring the more colorful ones to the top. So we'll start with the animal print. Oh, that's cool. It's almost like a, oh, I don't know, burlap fill? And size, we want to go, see, to here is 12, this would be a 14-inch tail. Yes, 14-inch tail. And I think instead of 6 inches, yeah, we'll do 6 inches. Oh, do I want to do more? No, I don't want to get it too big or too much. Okay. Next is the brown. Excellent. Oh, that's almost a suede feel. That's nice. I may have did a 12-inch. Okay. And now we're going to take this in a little bit. Each one we're going to take in a little bit more than the previous. Okay, I forgot to ducktail these, so I'll do that now. I'm really liking these two. Okay, so next we're going to go with the golden color. I'm going to get more of this with the lace on the edge. That is, I love that. So pretty. Okay, come down a little bit on this. ducktail these two. Okay, next, what do we want to go with? Peach or green? Or a floor? Let's do the floor. I think I'm going to make this the same length as the golden on the bow part, or the loop part. There we go. Now, put yourself right back in there. Where's my thing? Stick it in there. Okay. Right. Ducktail these. Why is this one so much longer? Because I cut it longer. Okay. Ducktail that piece off. Okay. Now we're gonna do the green. I know from there. Had to find the right side. There it is. Okay. This will also be the same length. Stick this on here and tail this. It's a little crooked. Make sure I get that right. There. Now, put this in. I really want to put these rain boots in, but I just don't think they'll go. How about the little umbrellas? They got more colorful than. Let's do the umbrellas. Just to have something rainy. I think it'll work. It's got the yellows and the greens and the pink. Brighten up the bow. Okay. I think it's 12 instead of 14. Yep. Scratch that better. Twist. And I'm going to come in a little bit with this. Oh, there got they connected the ribbon together. I hate when they do that. Can't even use that piece. Maybe for ribbon tails. Okay. A lot of times when they do something like that, they'll give you a little extra on the roll. Let's hope they did. Dovetail this. Okay, now the last one is the peach. I guess brand new. Twist. Do about the same. I think I'm going to do 2 times and bring this in a little more. Okay. Now, get all this ribbon out of the road. Okay, I'll use the bigger zip tie. I forgot to ducktail that. Okay, I stepped over to the side for a moment to get a pipe here. And I found a tan one, perfect. Okay, zip tie, I want the longer zip tie, which is here. Because it'll make it easier. Okay. And I don't believe I need my scissors. Okay, let's get this in the center. Or close to the center. I'll have to move it over. Let me take it off. Okay, let's bring these. Okay. Now, there's the center. Move that to the center. Zip it a little more, but not tight, because we're gonna put our there's an easy spot right there. Right in the middle. Okay. Now zip that sucker tight. Okay. My cutter. Road. M's Bowmaker, M's Bow and Company, .com, Wreaths of Joy, that's wreathsuppplyoutlet.com. And I believe I paid, oh, I don't want to say, $20-some, 30, close to that. It's well worth it. Okay. Pull these down one at a time. Okay. Now we're going to stick this down at the bottom. And I want to get it, I guess, in these two. This is the middle. So do I want it there or do I want it the bottom two? Maybe the bottom two would be better. Can I get through all of that? Yes. Okay. Bottom two. Where's the hoe? Ah, there it is. Okay. And must be, where's that one? There it is. Okay, so this one goes on the bottom. Okay, now we want to take this one down through. Can't believe it went through all of them easily. Now we'll probably have trouble with this one. Okay. Go down right about here. I feel it going down. You know what? I'm going to put that needle on there. So it'll be quicker. Because we're almost done. Okay, down through here. It's touching. It's there. Okay, find the hole, baby. Ah, I can't believe it's there. It was so close. see what position this looks. Okay. That's good. Okay, tighten it down. And we're twisting. And we'll cut this off. And stick it down the hole. Okay. Now, next we gotta do is fluff our bow. Down, down, down. This one on the bottom, this one on the top, this one. Where do we put this? Anywhere we want. Why does that look bigger? Back forward. Yes, there. Okay, fluff it up. The center. Alright, we are finished. Now I'll do a little more straightening up. Take a picture. And I hope you liked that. Enjoyed it. It was fun. Fun and interesting. Tighten this down a little more. Okay. So, what do you think? Leave me a comment. Let me know how you like it. Yeah, fluff the bow forever. Okay. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your day and stay cool. Ribbon Wire Designs, Facebook, YouTube, like, subscribe, And I'll see you the next time. Bye bye. Smiles.